Over the last few weeks, I've received a lot of comments like this, both in my videos and in my DMs. And now I want to make it clear that this video is not to dismiss the other comments that I've received. I have been listening. I have been taking in everything that people have been saying. If you go back to my reposts, you'll see that anytime somebody makes a critical video of me, I have actually reposted it, right? I have amplified it to my audience so that people can hear the disagreements and we can have this conversation. But when people say that I need to listen to women, I feel like they are leaving out these women. Mothers, specifically, in this conversation, I feel like are being left behind, because it seems like most of the people in my comments who say, I understand where you are coming from, more often than not, are mothers. Mothers and teachers. So when I say that we need to treat young men with empathy, when I say that we need to treat young people in general with empathy, when I say that these kids come online and they see this type of content, they see these comments, and they do not have the capacity to understand the overall conversation and to understand the general nuances of the patriarchy and of misogyny and of how all those things interact, this is what we end up with. And I'm not going to say that this pushes them into the alt-right pipeline, because I have been corrected on that multiple times, but it does make them feel devalued. It makes them feel like they are not worth it. It makes them confused, and it makes them scared. And I think we can all agree that we should not have any children feel confused or scared about who they are. I had multiple women DM me saying that they felt unsafe leaving comments in my videos talking about their experiences with their sons, who they love and respect, because of the toxicity of some of the commenters in the comment sections. And some of them pointed out that there were people in the comment section who were trying to tear down the patriarchy and misogyny through toxic masculinity itself, essentially saying toxic masculinity talking points to degrade men or the behaviors of young boys in general, and is essentially a self-perpetuating cycle. And let's be clear, I'm not talking to any individual right now, so if you're coming in and you're saying, well, what about me? That's not what this is about. This is a very overarching thing. I spent a considerable amount of time in a group chat with a bunch of feminist content creators yesterday, unpacking and rehashing a lot of this. So I want you guys to understand that the work is being done. I have a meeting with a advocacy organization that focuses on how men can become better allies to feminists and for women in general. I am putting in the work. And yes, I did apologize to the woman who I yelled at. So when I say that we are dismissing mothers and these types of women who have these types of fears and concerns, that is not to downplay anybody else's experiences or frustrations. It is simply to say that there are people out there saying all the comments were negative, everybody's against him, everybody didn't agree with what he said. The world is a complicated place. When we are on these apps, we, the people commenting, the people engaging with this type of content, we are not representative of the actual average person out there. And there are a lot of average people out there who don't see things the way that we see them. And so once again, how Chris was calling me in and how a lot of other people tried to bring me into the conversation and help me understand better, I'm asking that of some other people. I'm asking that we try to figure out why young boys feel attacked in some scenarios. It's because they are on these apps and they see the comments, like the comments people left in my video saying that all boys perpetuate grape culture. Teenage boys are going to see those comments. And if they are like this woman's son, how are they supposed to feel about that? They don't have the capacity to understand and unpack why somebody would leave a comment like that. So when I say it's all of our responsibilities, once again, I'm going to highlight it starts with the parents, then it's the teachers, then it's your local community, then it's the wider community. We are all part of the wider community, every single one of us. So when I say we need to show empathy to children, to young boys, it is because they need to learn and grow, and there is research that shows that we can grow people into better humans, better adults when we lead with empathy. That is just a fact. And if you disagree with me, go look at the video of the sex ed teacher who I reposted. I do edit it. It's on my page. I don't know. This is it. I'm done here. I just wanted to highlight this. And to clarify, because I'm sure some people are going to leave this comment, yes, it is men's responsibility first and foremost. And no, women should not be bearing the emotional brunt of this labor. I have never said that. I have never once endorsed that. I am sorry if in my videos that is how you felt about what I said. But I'm promising you that that is not my intent here. And so if you are going to come in and you're going to say that that's what I'm saying, I'm telling you right now I'm not. And if there's a better way for me to word this, please tell me so that in the future I can word it in a better way so that people don't misunderstand. So when I say we as the wider community are responsible, that does not mean each and every individual. When I say all of us are responsible, that doesn't mean you, the person who has experienced assault, is responsible. What I am saying is that as a collective species, as Canadians, as Ontarians, as humans, we are all responsible to each other. And if you can't do some of the emotional lifting in a certain scenario, that's okay. You don't have to be there every single time. We all fill in the gaps for each other. We need to work together. A lot of the people who, and even a lot of people who are critical of me, pointed out that it's about working together. And yes, obviously, young boys will listen to men first and foremost, so men have to lead in that regard. That doesn't mean that we are all relieved of our duties to society. If somebody leaves a harmful comment in a video, but they don't realize it's harmful, and somebody points that out to them, it's that person's responsibility to try to figure out why is that harmful. So when we leave comments where we are generalizing about young boys and saying that all young boys do X, Y, Z, and all young boys don't deserve empathy, because people literally did say that young boys don't deserve empathy. People literally did leave those comments. Please don't say that they didn't. Some people literally did say that. And so when kids then see that, what are we supposed to tell them? How are they supposed to react? That is what I am saying. I'm sure there's still going to be something that I said wrong here. I'm sure that there's still more to unpack. If we have the conversation like we've been having for the last 24-ish hours, good progress can be made. But we actually have to talk to each other and not just yell over each other. That's why I'm trying really, really hard here to be very careful with my words.